When you're playing a professional chess tournament, playing against the kid is always slightly terrifying because you don't really know how strong he actually is. I was playing against Dominic Charnow from England, and he was born in the year 2012, so he was probably around 13 or 14 years old. Now, this guy was an arena FIDE master and he was rated over 1800, so I thought, okay, he's probably pretty good, but I should be better because I'm high rated. So I was feeling very relaxed, just thinking, I'm not gonna let the fact that this is a kid stress me. I'm just gonna play my best chess and I'm only gonna think about that. But this was a Blitz tournament, so we only had 3 minutes on the clock. This was gonna make this game to be a very, very fast one where everything could happen. I was playing in the Menorca Blitz tournament and now the game was starting. So he started with d4, I went d5, he went c4, e6, and he took this pawn. This is exactly what I play with the white pieces. I brought out my knight and he went bishop g5. This is called the Queen's Gambit declined exchange variation, and I play exactly this. Now I have my favorite line against this, and I thought that I could trick him a little bit with it. We were both playing very fast, and now after I castled, he decided to bring out his knight to e2, and I remembered that I'm supposed to go rook e8. And now sometimes there are some fun and exciting moves here. Actually, I think perhaps I could have gone for the move bishop takes h2, where the point is that after king takes, there is knight g4 check. I think that it works in this position, but I, for some reason, missed that, and I went b5, and that would have given me a fantastic position to go for that bishop takes pawn, but I didn't see it, and now he went a4, threatening my pawn, and I had to make a choice. I pushed it. His knight was now not so well placed. He kind of shook his head, and I thought, okay, I have a great position. So I simply went a5, and I thought, okay, I'm going to play against this kind of bad knight. And still, there might be some bishop takes h2 on the air, but I went bishop a6 instead. I was trying to just play very positionally. I thought, if I play positionally against the kid, it's probably going to be better because my experience will show. These are the things we tell ourselves to make ourselves feel better, but we're not always right about these things. And I was soon going to learn my own lesson. So he was playing super fast, very confidently, and I definitely think that I was underestimating him at this point. I thought that this would be easier than what it was going to be. So I brought out my knight, and the idea was that I wanted to place a knight on c4. He retreated with his bishop, and now I had to decide what I was going to do with my bishop. And I thought for quite a little bit here. As you can see, my time is ticking down. And ultimately, I decided to simply go for the move knight e4 because I thought that now, after takes and takes, my knight is going to become incredible and it's going to go to c4. I thought I was making a masterpiece of a positional game here. And I was really excited about this, but he also had some strong knights. His knight on b3 was also strong, and my pawn on c6 is what we call a behind pawn, a backwards pawn. It's no pawn that can defend it. So I also had my fair share of problems right now. He went rook c1, which was a great move, and now I had to, I thought, go for knight c4. This was the move that made the most sense. I was threatening the pawn on b2, my knight was well placed, and to be completely fair, I actually thought it was fine. So he went queen c2, and I thought here for a little bit. My time was getting lower and lower. He was a very fast guy. He was very fast. Here, I decided to start attacking his king. I went queen g5, thinking that I'm gonna stress him out with some attack towards his king. So I was trying to now find a new way of playing this. I thought that everything is fine on the queen side. I can start attacking on the king side. And I was actually quite excited about this. I had maybe plans of going h5, h4, h3, and just going for a crazy attack against the king. So he had to make a choice, and now he went with his knight to f4. And I think that this was a great move. He was trying to get his knight to better squares, and here, to be fair, I wish I kind of just left the position the way it was, because my knights are pretty well placed, everything is well placed. But at this point, I was still underestimating him. I, for some reason, was still underestimating him, because I just thought, oh, my positional experience will take me so far. Please never do this, okay? Please never do this. So I went queen f6 here, which, to be fair, I'm not really sure why. I think I was trying to go g5, but g5 is a really bad move, so I don't really know why I was trying to do that. But anyways, he went knight d2, and I did not want to, in any shape or form, get rid of my knight, but I saw now that he was about to play b3, and soon I would be forced to get rid of that knight, and I had missed that. So I was a little bit worried now. I took his knight on d2, and now I was thinking about this move g5. But if there's something that I know, is that whenever I go g5, my mom tells me that it's a horrible move. So I should never go g5 in my games, I think, because I always do it at a bad point. And here I opted to listen to my mother and go rook c8. So I was simply defending the pawn, but I now saw that his knight was going to become very strong, and I didn't like that, because I thought, wait, he's just outplayed me. He's just positionally outplayed me. This guy that I was underestimating, why am I underestimating him? He's just positionally outplaying me. That now his knight is way better than my knight, and what am I doing? I have a backwards pawn. I have a worse position. So I decided to do what any desperate person does in a desperate situation, and that is sacrifice a pawn for some activity. Now, is this something that I really should have done? No, it was a horrible mistake, but sometimes desperate positions call for desperate actions, and this was me being desperate. This was me thinking, I don't want to have this really bad slow position against him. I want to create some activity. I want to create chaos. I want to create confusion. But the only person I was confusing was myself. So that was not as great. So here he once again started playing really well. He simply went for this move, queen d4, which was very strong. I should have gone there queen c6, which I saw one move too late, because then I would have threatened both the pawn on c5 and on a4. But, you know, I only had seconds left on the clock, and now I was fully on a pawn down, and I didn't really have a lot of counterplay for it. So I started getting a bit nervous, but I thought, Anna, you can still do it. I was still completely underestimating him, I feel like. It was so stupid. I don't know why I was underestimating him. And yeah, here I went g6. I was trying to get some more air for my king, but now he found this amazing move, queen b5, and I was really feeling the tension. He was playing so well. He was playing so well, and he went queen b6, also a very good move. And I didn't really know what to do. I was entering now for sure desperate zone where I just thought, okay, I'm about to lose. I'm going to lose this game. How do I not lose this game? He went c6. He was still pushing that pawn exactly the way he should. And it's going to be so difficult for me now to stop that pawn. I don't know how, but he only had 30 seconds on the clock. And so I was going to try to confuse him. I was going to try to do something, but I just wished I could have attacked his king in a better way. I went for check. But then right when I was going to do that check, I lost on time because I only had a couple of seconds left on the clock. And in that position, I lost on time, but I also had a way worse position. And he played, you know, a lot better than me that game, to be fair. So I think the moral of the story is that you should never underestimate your opponents. And I told him, oh, I played so badly. And he was so sweet. He said, no, you play good. And I was like, oh, yeah. Moral of the story, don't ever underestimate your opponents, you know, no matter what. I did, and that cost me a great lesson. So I'm never, ever, ever underestimating anybody else in my whole life. That is what I learned. He was super good, and I'm sure he's going to go to great places and that he's going to keep improving in chess. But next time, I'm going to try to get revenge. Thank you so much for watching this video, and have a wonderful, incredible, beautiful day. Take care.